It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see what's going on. Today would have been Stephen Hawking's 77th birthday. Yeah, he was funny. And apparently, according to people who've watched this documentary, the movie based on his life, he got girls, so good for him. What's an oddly specific fear of yours? Okay, I have a fear that I will be walking and the ground will fall out under me because of a hole in the ground. Sudden hole in ground. What is that called? A sinkhole. My God, look at how creepy sinkholes are. I don't really have this fear anymore, but at one point I was just thinking about it a lot because there was like videos of people walking and then a sinkhole would suddenly appear. That really creeps me out. Let's see what fears other people have. I hate walking up staircases because the back space between the stairs is open. I feel like I'm gonna slip through. Yeah, I also don't like heights or something. When I walk by those office paper cutters, I get nervous. I might suddenly decide to put my hand in there and cut off a couple digits. Boiling hot oil spilling on me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. Walking on manhole covers or grates. In my mind, I will step on them, they will give way, and I will fall into the middle of the earth. I step over or around them every time. My husband thinks it's funny to step directly on them and pretend to fall. You know what's funny is that these first two have something to do with the fact that we might actually injure ourselves. I think there's been research done that shows that a lot of people have the fear of like looking over a building and feeling like they're going to fall off or that they want to jump off, even if they're not suicidal or anything. All of a sudden, there's like something small in their brain that says, hey, like, just why don't you run into that gap before the train? Or, hey, why don't you jump off this building? See what it feels like. Apparently this happens to a lot of people where you kind of have that little thought in your mind, like, what if I did something to hurt myself? What if? And scientists believe that it has to do with our brains going through worst case scenarios and preparing ourselves as a means of protection. So I thought that was really interesting because I've had this feeling more than once, and when I found out other people had it too, I thought it was very interesting. This fear of like knowing that you might actually choose to hurt yourself, even though you don't want to, kind of. The worst of The Office, yeah. Season 1, Michael. Season 8 and 9, Andy. Oh, that must have been when Aaron left him. Today I learned that McDonald's stopped using beef tallow in their French fries after a wealthy heart attack survivor spent $3 million on food page newspaper ads calling out the chain for their unhealthy menu. Good for him. 19-year-old electrician from Germany. Roast me like too much emperor would do. I don't really get what that means. Look at this chubby little face. Rudy Giuliani, rumored to be bracing for horrific report from Robert Mueller. Yeah, we all are. Little girl tucks in Pipple before bed. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Look at that puppy love. So cute. Manafort accused Mueller of sharing 2016 polling data with Russian linked to Moscow intelligence. Oh, Manafort accused by Mueller. Manafort accused by Mueller. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure what's illegal about sharing polling data. I'm not sure what's illegal about that. R. Kelly under criminal investigation as a result of surviving R. Kelly documentary. Finally! How is this guy still walking around? I'm just looking at the comments. It's about fucking time. People have been talking about his sex slaves for 15 years. Yeah. Like, why is he not in jail? Why is R. Kelly not in jail? Yes, thank you. Good question, self. Okay. "2003. Singer R. Kelly was arrested in Miami today on 12 counts of possession of child pornography." Okay. Police said they found 12 digital images depicting sex with a female who's under 18 years old. In 3 photos, he is engaged in sexual conduct with a minor. Hmm. I can't believe he was married to Aaliyah. Gross. Oh, yeah. Ooh, she was only 15. Yikes. Okay, this doesn't answer my question why hasn't R. Kelly been convicted of whatever, one of the multiple crimes he allegedly committed. Oops. The View theorizes why R. Kelly has gotten away with what he has. Oh, I want to watch this. Agree. Ooh, I wanted to see a clip. Okay. Whoopi Goldberg asked how Kelly's gotten away with it for so long. Wonder if it's because his alleged victims are Black girls. Probably has something to do with it, said Joy Behar. Reminds me of when kids are missing and they do stories about white kids and they don't cover it when a Black kid is missing. Sunny Hostin offered that she thinks maybe people began to give him a pass after he was found not guilty in his child pornography case. I don't think people understood the behavior allegedly continued. Oh, this series was especially troubling for Hostin, who specialized in sex crime as a lawyer. Ooh, I did not know she was a lawyer. I spent the weekend watching it. I was not only riveted, but disgusted and so shocked. I went through all my devices and I deleted every single R. Kelly song that I had on every single device. I thought I have a law degree. I prosecuted sex crimes. And then I spent the next couple of hours reaching out to law friends and the legal community and said, what can we do? Wow. Yeah. Good for John Legend. Apparently he was one of the people who was willing to speak in the documentary. Joshua Tree National Park announces closure after trees destroyed amid shutdown. What the hell? Maintenance and sanitation problems, also reported 18 days after a government shutdown, furloughed the vast majority of park staff. For 17 days, a host of volunteers and skeleton staff kept the trash cans and toilets from overflowing at Joshua Tree National Park. But on Tuesday, 18 days after the government shutdown, furloughed the vast majority, blah, blah, blah. There have been incidents of new roads being created by motorists and the destruction of Joshua trees in recent days that have precipitated the closure. May not close after all if staff are able to clean up. The potential closure of Joshua Tree was met with mixed emotions by those whose livelihoods depend on the more than 2.8 million visitors the park attracts annually. That is just, first of all, it's disgusting that we have a shutdown in the first place that's lasted so long for political reasons, because many people actually rely on this. As it's noted here, 2.8 million visitors come to this park every year. And it's also disgusting that people would cause an issue and destruct the trees of this park. Then don't be there. Go somewhere else. That makes me angry. Someone was playing Mario Kart on the Kansas City Royals video board. That's amazing. Okay, let's make this the last one. Ooh, I think we'll see a picture of Elizabeth Hurley. I want to see that. Okay. George kept calling me every day, asking me to reprise the role of Darth Vader's voice for episode 3. I refused his offer 100 times, but he kept insisting. He showed up at my house to ask me in person, and I shouted at the top of my lungs, "No!" Turns out George was recording the whole time. What? Is that a joke? Dang, she looks good. She looks great. Okay, let's end it here.